3, 2, 1. Yep, we're live now.
Yay! So yeah, go ahead, Adrian. Just tell everyone about the meetup, and then we can. Maybe I'll start.
You're better off introducing the meetup, I think, because I'm just here for the ride. That's all.
Okay. So welcome all to the Pride-friendly Maps virtual meetup. This meetup, as you all know, is basically June is a Pride month, and we are all here to celebrate and support our friends who belong to the LGBTQ plus community. So let's get started with the meetup. First of all, thank you so much for joining the meetup and being here with us today. There are a couple of housekeeping rules that I would like to share. Please be mute till the end of the presentation. Kindly do not share your screen during the presentation. In case if you have or if you want to ask anything, please type in the chat box and we'll surely respond. We do have an interactive or a share your story session in the end, so wherein you can share your maps, contributions, and experiences with us. Just to know that this meetup is being recorded and is being currently hosted on YouTube. And please put your name and connect IDs also in the chat box so that we can tag you in the recap when we write on Connect. So going ahead, this is actually a hashtag Maps for All Meetup Series 2021, which was started by me in the start of the year. Maps for All Meetup Series is basically a series wherein we are focusing on supporting local businesses, mapping accessibility information, and where we all come together and learn, share tips, and do fun map edits, basically to reflect inclusivity for all on the maps. So that's what is the the theme of this series. So I'll also quickly share with you all a link in the chat box. It's the link of the series and what it does, what it means to me on the Connect. So you can just go and read in case if you want to know more about it. So next is using maps, how to identify the LGBTQ plus friendly places around you. It's really simple. Like if you go to a particular place, you can see I've marked here in orange. You will see a pride flag and the old pride flag and the LGBTQ friendly written over there. If the place is there. Also, another simple way is you can just type for LGBTQ friendly in the search box, and they'll pop up a list of items to be seen. Like for example, this one. See on the right of this page, you can see I've just searched LGBTQ friendly, and I've got a list of these are all the places, be it bars or restaurants or even lawyers, as you can see in the image. So you can get the LGBTQ friendly places on maps very easily. Now, if you are a local guide who is willing to make meaningful contributions on maps which are helpful to the Pride community, you can do the following. Like once you have identified the places, like the way I showed you currently, a list will pop up of the places. You can go and simply add and update photos for the place. You can, add a detailed reviews and give a proper rating in case you happen to visit the place. You can use the contribute tab. Now the thing is, the check the facts option has been currently disabled by maps, but you can still go ahead and answer questions related to it. Then you can do fun map edits, mark a place closed or reopen in case you happen to pass by and you see that the place is currently closed or it's temporarily closed. You can just mark it so that it becomes helpful. Creating list is, I think, one of the easiest options, and you can easily find the places. Also, I would recommend, in case if you have been with a friend over there, only then you make lists so that it becomes really, you add your personal touch to it. And last but not the least is you can help LGBTQ plus friendly or owned businesses using maps and Google My Businesses. Now, many of the people, they don't know how to use Google My Business or how it can help them improve their listing on maps. So you can just go ahead and, guide those people. Now, in case if you want to know, more ways to help the Pride community and make maps contributions more inclusive, you can just go and, check the tab. There is under the features option, there is gender neutral restroom an option. If you find one, you can just stick it in the described place, and there's also a transgender safe space. In case if you see any of these things, if you visit a restaurant and you feel that this is transgender safe space, or there is a gender neutral restroom, you can just mark tick during the map edit, so that it really helps people of the Pride community. Okay, so any questions still here? If you have, you can please go ahead and mute yourself and ask related to maps. Okay, in case if there are no questions, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and introduce our guest speaker, Adrian. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, everyone.
Adrian is here with us, and he is a level 8 local guide, a connect moderator, and a community builder. And you can see that on his connect page. I mean, it's amazing, and he always takes initiative to help everybody around him and build up a community. He's always, I mean, every month you'll see something or the other that is there's something on Connect which he takes initiative and builds. Currently also, if you go on his Connect page, you will be able to see that he has taken the initiative to have fun, cool t-shirts, get printed for the Connect birthday. So that's really nice. He's always with something or the other, and in a true sense, you can call him the community builder. He loves and wins tournaments, also badminton tournaments. That is what I've come to know this time. I didn't know he played badminton and all. So
wow, that's great.
yeah. See, you can see the picture over here. The second picture is with medal. I was like, wow. So that's really nice, and he loves photography. And one more amazing thing is he has submitted around 6,101 photos on maps, which is like wow. And look at the number of views. Oh my God, that's really amazing. He also loves and created organizing, community projects like we all know and we have seen on Connect as well. And he's a big fan of Google. Wow, Adrian, it's lovely to know. So can we all give a big round of applause for Adrian, please? You can unmute.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And thanks,
Thank
Isha,
you.
for sharing all the information about him.
Yes.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. So here you can see a picture of Adrian in the Helsinki Pride parade. Adrian, can you just go ahead and explain, like, how did you feel joining this parade, and what was your special experience during this Pride parade?
Yeah. So I've been to a few Pride parades in my lifetime, and this is one of them. So Helsinki was actually quite a surprise Pride weekend. And mainly because I was actually there for a badminton tournament. The tournament was called Gay Games, and basically I was there to take part in the badminton section of the Gay Games. I didn't realize that they had organized the Gay Games to coincide with Pride weekend there, because I was so focused on the badminton side of it, and I was getting so stressed out about it. I didn't even think about everything else. So when I got there and we did the competition, and then it's like, oh, it's Pride as well. And they were inviting all the participants in the various categories and sports to come and join in the parade as well. So I was really, really excited and happy to actually go and walk into the parade and join it and be part of that celebration. So it's really, really good. And also, I think it is one of my few international parades that I've been to. And what I tend to notice is that every different country have their own way of celebrating Pride. It's quite similar, but again, it depends on the culture and the background. Some are more extravagant with lots of costumes and quite a party atmosphere. Some are more family oriented and more toned down. Again, it comes down to budgets and all that stuff. But this one was really nice, and you can see the
Okay.
pictures in there. Yep.
Yeah, and there's a few more like this is Provincetown Parade and Auckland Pride Parade. Like you can just tell about like what was your experience and what was different in these than that you had attended in Manchester.
Yep. So Provincetown Parade happened in Provincetown in Massachusetts in America, and the Auckland one was in Oakland, California. So the Auckland one was quite, again, a surprise because I was actually there for Local Guides Summit 2016, and I was a few days early to attend the event, and I noticed that they were celebrating Auckland Pride at the weekend. So I thought, okay, I'll just take the train to get to Auckland and see what it's all about. So I was there. It's very family oriented. It was very relaxed, but it was just very fun. And then Provincetown is more like Mardi Gras, more festival-like. So there's a lot more costumes and everything like that. Manchester is, in a sense, a mix of the two because it has the carnival-like atmosphere, but it also draws a lot of the communities from around Manchester to come and participate. So you don't have to be part of the LGBTQIA plus community to march in Pride. You can be an ally. Mm-hmm. So we had groups, let's say parents of gay kids or teachers in support of the community and stuff like that. They would come and march with us within the parade, and it's a fun atmosphere. So I think that's why I like the parades quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So like this is a fun interactive, session for the attendees with Adrian. So in case if you have any questions, like I'll start with mine and then maybe you guys can follow. So Adrian, like my first question was, why do you love being a local guide? I mean,
that's an easy one. So I've been a local guide since the beginning when they first called it City Experts Program, and I can't remember what year that was. And I fell into that because I'm a Google fan and I was following all the Google related news. And I found out that they had this program called City Experts, and it was based initially in London, and then they opened it up to more cities, and Manchester was one of them. So they came up to Manchester and organized events to try to promote City Experts. So City Experts is very similar to Local Guides, it's just a different name. And then when they converted to Local Guides program, that's how I ended up in the Local Guides program. I like it because it allows me to explore my neighborhood. I like food a lot. I like photography. So to me, it's like being able to go around, take photos, and explore the cafes, the restaurants, and be able to share my experience on Google Maps so that other people can read about it or can look at the pictures and decide by themselves whether they want to go or not. I think that's it's a win-win situation. I get a lot of calories and other people get lots of photos. So that's how it works.
It's a win-win, yeah. So for others who want to read more about Adrian and the Global Pride Day, I've just pasted a few of his links which you can read in your free time and share your lovely comments. So in the meantime, like Adrian, like do you think that maps are inclusive, and what features would you love to see, to make maps more inclusive in terms of the LGBTQ plus community?
Yeah. So maps traditionally, I guess, is, if you look at it in the sense of like the paper form, it's all about telling you how to navigate from A to B, to find out where the businesses are located and how to get around and explore your neighborhood. So they're very like objective in that sense. But Google Maps is obviously a digital platform, so it's constantly evolving to the different needs of people. And as people start to use it more, rather than search for closest bank, they might be looking for closest bank with accessible ramp, or they may say closest bank that are LGBTQIA plus friendly. So they're adding more nuances to their search results, and Google Maps is trying to reflect that as well in their search information. So I think Google Maps is starting to become more inclusive try to represent maps or trying to make maps representative of not just the places around them, but also to represent the communities that live in those places. So inclusivity in Google Maps is improving, and I think there's more space for it to get better. Things, again, it's not just for Pride, and it's not just for the LGBT plus family, but you have things like Black-owned businesses. You're looking for any minority that doesn't get the advertisement and the mainstream exposure. They're kind of trying to highlight them to help them to be more visible within the community.
Yeah, I think one more thing I want to add here is if some of you, if you don't know what is a Pride Parade is basically, celebrated mostly during the Pride month, that is June, across the world in order to, honor the LGBTQ plus community. What is LGBTQ? It's lesbians, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and other communities, allied communities. So it just to, on as an honor or as a respect, it's just that. Okay, so and these are the pictures that you can see. So I thought I should have told this before, but I thought I'll just tell you guys now.
Yeah.
So Adrian, my next question to you is: do you have a maps list of places of LGBTQ plus friendly places? Or do you have a particular place in mind which you like on maps?
I actually do not have a list of LGBTQIA plus friendly places. I should create one because, when I was researching about this and how am I going to talk about it and present myself, and I was using maps and trying to see let's test it out and see how accurate the results are. And I'm searching for it, and I realized that actually it's not very easy to find suitable results, let's put it this way, because it doesn't quite, I prefer to use hashtags so that you can apply labels to venues, stuff like that, so you know exactly what they are. But Google Maps doesn't have that. So when you search for something, what they tend to do, they'll search through reviews, and if people mention the same word, then it will pop up in the search results. So if I'm writing a review for a cafe and I do not include LGBT friendly in it, when someone searches for LGBT friendly, they won't see my review. So it's kind of not good enough in that sense, and it can be improved to try to locate the right information for that. I really need to make more lists to surface the information properly and make it more visible to everybody else. Stuff like that. So.
Because the thing is, Adrian, if we may prepare lists, what we will do is we'll just search the way I told you, right? LGBTQ friendly, I'll search and I can just prepare, but that won't have that personal touch, the way you feel, right? When you visit a particular place, I can write it's safe. I don't know, right? So it's if you make it'll be really helpful.
Yes, definitely, yeah. I think there's two. In a sense, there's two ways to go about this. Businesses need to be more aware about how they can be inclusive to their customers. So whether they, when they take ownership of their business using Google My Business, they need to provide information, for instance, like accessibility, whether they've got the suitable ramps and suitable facilities within their site. And then they also need to put in things like, we are actually very friendly towards the LGBTQ community. So it invites people to see those kind of information on Google Maps and be able to decide whether to go. And then obviously there's the consumers like ourselves, the users, who need to kind of help to include those kind of information in our reviews and even in our photos. So you get like some shop fronts, they would have little stickers that's with the rainbow flag on it. So you can take pictures of that to show that they're inclusive and stuff like that. So there's all these things that we can do to help promote inclusivity in Google Maps.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, that was a main question that I wanted to ask. One more thing is as a local guide, what do you wish others knew about the LGBT community, so that they feel encouraged to contribute on maps for supporting them?
Yes. Well, firstly, I have to say a big thank you to you for organizing this because it then gives gives me, in a sense, a platform to talk about this, because I guess that the LGBT issue or topic does not get discussed a lot in local guides or in other areas, especially for people who are not familiar with that community, or they do not have friends who are gay. It's quite hard for them to understand what's going on and appreciate that actually we're just like everybody else, we're normal. So thank you so much for giving me the platform for this. What I would love people to appreciate about the LGBTQIA plus community is that if you look at me, I am as geeky as, I don't know how to describe myself, but I hope you see me as a friendly face, a normal person. I may be a bit geeky, I may be a bit, into my gadgets and into Google, but I am just a normal person. So I am no different from anybody else. And I want people to know that there is all this stigma and prejudice and misinformation about the community can be very harmful, because it gives you a wrong sense of who we are. And it makes you, in some cases, people actually promote hatred towards our community and promote violence against our community. And that is not correct and not right. Pride, essentially the message of Pride is all about acceptance. It's about awareness, and it's about love. And I always think of it as like universal love. The message we always see in the UK anyway is love is love. So, so it doesn't matter who you love, it is love. It is a positive behavior. It is a wonderful feeling. So to love another human being is a good thing. So why introduce discrimination and hate and all that into that? So no matter who we are, no matter what religion we belong to, what country we belong to, at the end of the day, we are all humans. We're all trying to make a life on this planet, and try to be nice to each other. So I think that's the universal message that we need to think about. And I hope that through like today's meetup, you get to see that, you can always ask me questions about the community and find out, if you're not sure, you don't understand it. And again, don't be shy. Asking questions doesn't make that. Some people are shy and afraid because they feel that if I start talking about this, will people think that I'm gay? And that's not the right attitude. And people who think that way is also wrong. So don't be shy, ask the questions. It's always better to know than to be ignorant. Knowledge is vital in life.
Yeah. And just the way, just the way we as individuals, as we support accessibility for the disabled, we don't need to be disabled to support somebody who is disabled. In the similar way, we don't need to be I'm a woman, but there are other women who other people, who are not women, and still they support women's businesses or something. In similar way, it's absolutely okay to support LGBTQ community. You need not be a part of one. So I think that should be pretty normal. So on its note, I have the next question for you, that why do you think it is important to spread the awareness about LGBTQ plus?
There's actually a video I was searching for on YouTube that
I have shared it in the chat box. You can see that.
Okay, cool. And basically, that's a really good video to watch. I think the title says, "Why do we need Pride in 2020?" So it was done last year, and it's a message that still rings very true today. The homosexuality is still a crime in many countries. It is still punishable by law, and in some places even punishable by death. So if you think of it that way, the idea or the concept of the LGBTQIA plus community, we're still not actually accepted. And there's a lot of places where, even though it's written in law that yes, you can have same-sex marriage, and yes, we recognize you, there is still a lot of homophobia. There's still a lot of violence against the community. So it is still not right. There's still a lot of room for improvement. So we still need that Pride Month and that period to raise awareness about this issue and try to change people's perception about the community and help them to realize that we deserve equal rights as everybody else, and we deserve love just like everybody else, and we need, we want to just be as normal as everybody else, and we need that space and I know option or possibility. So I think that answers the question. I think. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Adrian. I mean, I've asked a lot of questions now, and thank you so much for answering them so patiently and so nicely with your whole heart. Thank you so much. Anybody else from the attendees like who would like to ask Adrian any question or anything related to LGBTQ, which you feel that he's a friend and I can ask him. So if you want, you can just go ahead.
Yeah. So another thing to note is that I can't actually see the chat in the Google Meet call because my computer is slowing down like crazy at the moment. So I'm trying not to touch anything.
It's okay. Like, they can just open up their microphones now
Exactly,
and we'll just ask. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
And then I'm following one LGBT on the Instagram. Can we list them in the Google Map? Because I've not purchased yet from them. They sell t-shirts, canvas shoes, and all painted one. They started. So how can I list them? They're on Instagram only. I posted the link of Instagram. Can I list them on the map, Google Map?
Technically not, because Google Maps need to have a physical address to be able to add business listing on them. So unfortunately, if they're only an online presence, you can't really add them to Google Maps. Yeah.
You can just DM them and ask if if they have a business listing on maps. Then maybe you can just if you buy from them, then you can just add a rating.
Yes, I had questioned them, but yet I didn't get reply from them. Long back, I have questioned them because my son was after them. Please help them. Please help them. I'm sharing the link with my friends and all. So in chat box also, I've shared the link. I'm following two people. One is they have a group where they paint and sell their products online. And second one is Pooja Sharma. She looks like a star Rekha, old star, and she always dances and posts her pictures and all. So I had met her in one of our Momo groups are there, Mumbai Momo Moms group. It is a very huge group. And there they had invited her. Here now people on the local train and all, earlier they used to beg for money and all. But now when the government gave them rights and all here in India, so they have stopped this and they make a group and still here in marriages and when the children are born, they go to houses and they dance and they collect money. But some are now getting educated, so they started with the business and all. They are educating their children and all. So they have started business and different methods to earn money.
Yeah.
So as you said, very true. We should love them, give them love, respect, as we give to other human beings. But people, as you said, now people think, why she's talking to this lady or these people, are they gay? That's very true. The mindset, we have to change our mindset and we have to treat them equally. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Rosie. I'm glad to know that you have a very open mind and you're helping. You're a wonderful ally to the community. It's a very interesting question about, it's slightly more towards a Google My Business kind of question because I have no idea what the answer is, but it is a very interesting question where, especially nowadays when people have a lot of businesses that they do from home and they don't actually have an office and stuff like that, how do you add that to Google Maps? And
until they give a physical address, I think maps then for maps it makes no sense if you don't have an address, right?
Yeah. But I've seen before where people have home offices, right? So they actually put their home address onto maps and say, this is where my business is operating from. But it gets really complicated because you go like, but that's a residential area? Why is it a company there? So it gets really confusing. So I don't know, maybe Google Maps need to make it, I don't know how they do it, but make it so that you can have a home business and use your home address, but at the same time allow people to understand that it's a home address and it's not whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah, sorry I couldn't help you there.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, I want to share something. It's not a question, but my thoughts. In my country, LGBT is still a taboo, but we have a lot of transgender, as Rosie uh, mm, just a few minutes ago she talked about it. They are this community is a lot here, and they earn by dancing and like other activities, but they have no rights uh, here in my country, and I think they should have right like other people, um, like other genders. They should have right. So that's I just want to share this.
Yep.
The rest of thing I am listening by you and Adrian and other people.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
for that. So here's an interesting thing, right? LGBT, you can refer to it in various terminologies, I guess. So I use the word gay very broadly. So when I say a gay community, is also I'm referring to the LGBT family. In the past, I used to use LGBT only, and then I started using LGBT plus, and then it go from there to LGBTQ, and then now the latest one that I'm trying to use the most is LGBTQIA plus. So the reasoning for that is that within the gay community itself, we have so many like minorities within it that are all fighting for awareness and inclusion and things like that. So I can honestly say that within the community, the gay community, we also have discrimination between ourselves. And I don't like that at all, because we should be stronger and we should be better at it. If we've experienced discrimination from other people, why should we discriminate amongst our own community? So the point I'm trying to get at is that lesbian, gay, bisexual, these three groups, you can easily hide amongst the general population, right? Because you can be a man walking around, nobody knows whether you're gay or you're straight. So you can hide within the general population. But when you're trans, and that includes transsexual, transgender, it is so much more difficult, because in a sense, you're literally born in the wrong body. You may be biologically male, but you identify more with a female body. So you're born in the wrong body. And for them to try to be who themselves, physically, they will have to, in a sense, transform and be different. And that outward physicality, I guess, makes them an easy target, because people will see, oh, that's a guy dressed up as a girl. That's something weird. So they get targeted the most. And even within the gay community, sometimes I hear really disparaging remarks within the gay community. They'll be like saying like things like, "Oh, look at that person! Look at all the makeup that she's using. That's just weird." And it's such a bad attitude within the gay community and within the general population as well. So, what Kashif was saying about the trans community, again, is very true. I think that they have a lot of they suffer a lot in the past years in the current situation now, because it's much harder for them to integrate within the community. But what's very interesting, that if you look at the LGBT history, it is a trans community that started the riots in New York, in the Stonewall riots. And they were the ones who were the most vocal, the most, they were standing out for and fighting for rights for all the community. So when you look at the history, there's a lot of admiration for the trans community because they are just really strong and they were fighting for rights for everybody and not just for themselves. And it's quite sad sometimes in the current situation when they don't get as much exposure and as much acceptance as the rest of the LGBT family. So anyway, that's my little spiel for it. But yeah, so the point is that there are even minorities within the group, and we really need to talk about it and to understand. And I learned so much from trying to research for this meetup in terms of what intersex means and what asexual means and all that stuff. It is very confusing even for myself, but I owe it to everybody to educate myself and understand the situation so that I can talk about it more and educate others as well. Anyway, but
Yeah. I think that was one of the mottos for me to host up this meetup, that there are a lot of misunderstandings, misconceptions regarding the Pride community, and it's better to host and talk about it than to keep it to yourself, and
yeah,
so that's the reason I thought. And also people ought to know that every human being deserves respect, deserves love, no matter who they are or who they love or what they do, basically.
yes,
So, yeah, so that's the reason I thought of hosting this meetup.
yeah,
Please, please, anybody, if they have any questions, please go ahead.
yeah. Again, I just can't thank you enough, Isha, for doing this. Your Maps for All series is very good. And again, it's not just about the LGBT, but it's also about accessibility in all and inclusion in all other areas. So I guess that the easiest way to, if you want to compare it again, is that if you're looking at disabilities, there are a lot of different types. You have
Yes.
visual, you can have mobility, you can
Yes.
have
Cognitive.
cognitive, yes, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's not just one solution to fit everything. You have to have multiple solutions to try to make sure that they're all accessible to all different types and to make them, give them a safe space to enjoy life in a sense. So the same thing with the LGBT community. There's so many different types and we need more understanding of all the various types to be able to cater to them and welcome them into the community. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Here I would add one more thing. In COVID time, we have seen in Mumbai, this community help people by providing ration and all, food packets and all. And I was surprised when I saw the videos. This community where people hate them with bad words, and this community was one to come and provide ration and all to the people. All the necessity things to the people. So that was very surprising. And they give blessings. Here, people, if you offer them some money and all, with both hands, they give blessing to people. And our elders used to say, we should always help them. Their blessings are very worthwhile. Their blessings are very good. We should take their blessings. See, this, no one wants them to be like this. It is God gifted. They didn't want them to be such person. It is God gifted.
yes.
So we should respect them, we should give them. And just now I remember latest I had read a newspaper, one LGBT has become a judge of India.
Oh.
So that was, imagine. So they are changing the trend. People think they are only begging for money, dancing and all they are collecting. But now education and thinking of our young generation has changed. Even they are changing. They got right to adopt children.
Yes.
They can go for surrogacy here in India. So, and education is the best weapon to change,
Yep.
I think. Thank you.
I think her name is Lakshmi Sawant.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And I think role models are very, very important because it gives people an aspiration and something to aim for. If all you see within the LGBT community is all like just dancers or selling small items and stuff like that, and all that's all you see, if you are part of that community and you think, is that what my future is going to be? Then it's a very depressing situation to be in. So we really need a lot of role models. We need people who are brave and courageous enough to stand out there in the public eye and say, I'm part of that community, so that it gives an opportunity for the younger generation to have something to aspire to. So I think it's a very good thing to have more publicity, especially for the LGBTQIA plus community to be out there and to stand and to represent.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else who wants
I'd like
to ask any
Adrian,
questions or anything to Adrian?
sorry, I would like to ask Adrian or Isha. Now, I guess throughout the world, between US or the UK, and of course many places in Europe, I think these places are like, lack of a better word, further down the road than a lot of other places. All right.
Yep.
In terms of accepting LGBT. And of course, there are, just like Kashif said, there are possibly a lot of countries who are also fairly homophobic, or in that sense. It could be due to politics or religion or tradition or whatever we have, right? Now, I just, now in terms of US and the UK, how far do you feel, based on your experience, that the community has come? Is it like well acceptable now, or are there still people who are like so anti it? Or
I can speak of Manchester because, sorry, you hit Isha.
No, it's okay. The question was actually for you, but your screen was going off, so
okay.
He asked me. You can please go ahead.
So I can speak from the Manchester side in a sense, because I've been here for like 20 years now. And Manchester is actually a very welcoming and accepting city, because we actually have quite a high population of LGBTQIA plus community here, mainly because we are accepted and we can be out publicly and not feel weird about it. But obviously there's still that incidents every so often where there are hate and violence towards the community members. It doesn't happen very often, but it's still there. So it's not completely gone away, but it's at a point where people are comfortable to walk outside and hold hands with their partner and be very visible in public. So in that sense, it's good, but there's still room for improvements. And I think sometimes it just takes generations to kind of change the mindset of people, that, the more they know, if they have friends who are gay, then who can talk about it and they can experience the kind of problems and issues that we face, then they're able to empathize with and understand and appreciate what we're going through and help to change that kind of situation as well. I think in the rest of the UK, we are pretty much friendly. But again, it's like there are still the pockets of people who still don't accept us and still don't want to give us full acceptance and full rights as everybody else. So.
Yeah, actually, I myself was in Sunderland, Northeast UK, and then I was here in London as well. London is pretty much friendly and very much welcoming, in terms of everything, accessibility, also everything. I mean, it's a very inclusive city, I must say. But if you talk about my home country back in India, I think we still have taboos. We still have it. I mean, now the upcoming generation is pretty much open and welcoming. But it's in progress, you can say. Like, I think Rosie ma'am or Shruti Dai, maybe they can tell more about India's current situation.
I guess like at least I know that for India it's progressing well since the repeal of that 377.
Yes.
So that has helped tremendously, right?
Yes,
I guess on my side, the thing that's on my mind is for those countries, including where I am in Malaysia, where it's criminal. So when if anyone puts any bit of information like this on a public resource like Google Maps, I am just afraid that it could be used as like a targeting tool, you know.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that I've just checked out the business flags, like for restaurants in the UK, there are flags for LGBT plus friendly and
yes,
also was it transgender safe. But
yes.
in my country, the flags are not visible, so that I guess it's
Oh,
good
Yeah.
in that sense.
yeah.
But however, categories are there. So there are categories for like gay bars and so on.
Yeah.
So if someone may accidentally tag that, maybe or write a review that is revealing, you know, that can like uh, give more information than is acceptable, you know,
Yeah.
then it may be used wrongly in that sense.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
do you feel, Adrian and Isha?
I think that's very true. In
Yeah.
my own experience, Google is very sensitive towards the different countries and the local cultures and the laws. So they will operate within the confines of the laws to make sure that, you know, they will have features that the local government would approve of in a sense. And obviously they're trying to safeguard their users and making sure that they don't get targeted by other people as well. So that's why you wouldn't see kind of things like that, unfortunately. So it's kind of like, yes, it's a good thing that businesses can't be targeted, but at the same time, it also stagnates the awareness about the community. So it's just kind of a difficult situation to try to get out of, I guess.
And Adrian, you will leaving UK and trying to go back to
I know.
Malaysia. Why?
I know.
Why?
I know. So yeah. So for those who do not know, I should be going back to Malaysia sometime this year, and trying to make a living there. The main reason is that I wanted to be closer to my parents and just be around them. So yeah, it is going to be interesting and challenging, and yeah, it's going to be very, very weird because I almost have to like go back into the closet and hide and you know, can't be myself anymore or as openly as I can over here. So yeah, I can totally appreciate that it's not great and there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And yeah, it's quite scary that technically the government by law could jail you away and stuff like that. So it's yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Can imagine.
Yeah. The one thing I don't know whether my family will appreciate this, but I can share, like, well, I'll share this anyway. But my brother and my sister, their advice to me when they heard that I wanted to go back to Malaysia, they say like, Adrian, whatever you do, don't be a martyr. Don't be that person that's gonna fight for rights and make yourself a target. And I can appreciate why they say that, but at the same time, I'm like, that's just a little bit sucky, you know? It's like,
selfish on your part, like.
yeah, it's like, it is. And it's also, it's, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird feeling to try to process. It's like, yeah.
I didn't know about Malaysia. I mean, wow. See, this is the reason I love the local guide program. You get to know about the updates from every country you wish to visit, or you know, yeah. But
And
it's
I think in Malaysia, laws are very strict.
Yes.
Especially in Malaysia, laws are very strict compared to other countries.
I've never been
And
to Malaysia.
in India, the day they declared rights to them, people are coming forward and saying themselves, I'm a gay. I remember one fashion designer my daughter told. He used to look like gay, but the day then Rohit Bell, he came and told I'm
Yes.
a gay. Karan Johar, a famous director who makes lot of films, he said, he declared that he's a gay. So people were hiding, but when government gave them rights and they told they can tell themselves, so many people came, and even Manish Malhotra, he's a top designer here. He also said he's a gay. So
Mhm.
like now, because they're getting the rights and it's open now, so people are coming forward and telling themselves that they are gay.
Yep.
Okay. See,
But
but
this
from
is
a
happen.
map's perspective, like coming back to our meetup motto. So the thing is, like from a map's perspective, then Adrian, like you cannot even write in the reviews, is it? Or you cannot like how is
Well,
it?
I don't know. I guess not. Well, I don't know. I have to be very sensitive about it in a sense,
Yeah.
and how I write my reviews for it. To be honest, I don't actually include the LGBT hashtag in my reviews. I probably should, but I don't. Um, Again, it's one of those really weird ones where, yes, I am a gay person, but it doesn't define who I am. So I don't go around thinking I'm gay, I'm gay, I'm gay, and you're
Yeah,
straight and you're
yeah.
straight. I just like go around doing just being me. So when I write a review, I don't actually think about, oh, I'm writing this from a perspective of a gay person. I'm just writing this as a perspective from me as a person. So I always kind of don't think about it. I should, but at the moment I don't. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Agree. But no, in case if you wish to support, like, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other day we went to a museum here, and there was a neutral gender restroom,
Yep.
separately allocated. So that was something nice which I saw, and I took the picture so that I can post it on maps, and I can also mention that, in the map edits. In the future, when you go back over there, and in case if you see a particular thing,
Mm-hmm.
like how I mean, if that's not allowed by the law, then it will be difficult for you to put that on maps, I guess. Then
Yeah, it would be. I would imagine.
yeah,
And to be honest, even here in the UK,
yeah,
I don't actually write a lot of reviews of the gay places. Even though I've been there a few times, it's just I don't know. I'm also quite scared about it all, to be honest. So to me, it's like if I write a review for a gay restaurant, what would people say bad things about me? So even I'm not doing it correctly in a sense. So I yes. So in a way, I'm not like fully comfortable with the whole situation.
yeah,
I'm even though Manchester is quite accepting, I'm
yes.
still quite hesitant to be like out and proud in a sense. So yeah.
I think then one thing in those countries, I mean, I just an idea that has popped into my head. I don't know if this will work, but I think one thing that they can do is they can just add those tags, right? Just add the help, let the local guides add simple tags so that it will be
Yeah.
useful to just identify. I mean, and don't give the name like who has given the tag or who has, so that it will be, yeah, I mean, people will be more open and more happy to put tags like, yeah, this is a friendly place. That's it.
Yes.
I mean, instead of putting it in reviews and stuff, because reviews and all become personal and your name pops up.
Yeah.
And if some person has stored their home and stuff in a list, everything pops up. So, so it's a bit risky.
I actually like to use hashtags.
Yeah.
I don't use it often enough, but I actually like the idea of it because it's easy to use hashtags to apply labels to the businesses or the places that you're reviewing. They used to have that in the sense that they used to support it in the sense that if you put a hashtag in your review, you can then click on the hashtag and it will show you all other reviews that have that hashtag. So stuff like that. I think they don't have the active links to those hashtags anymore. So the hashtags can still be shown, but you can't click on it to show others.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hi Anna. Anna has joined also back, and I see Tejal Bain also. Hello, hi, welcome to the meetup. And Anna, what? How is the how
Thank
is
you, Isha.
Hi. Like, how is it celebrated Pride Month in US at your end, like in Michigan? How is it? You're talking on mute.
Hello, all. How are you? I'm sorry I was late, and I thought it's
It's
about
okay.
like 6 p.m. my time. I got the time wrong. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Isha. Hello, all.
Hi,
Hi.
Erna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually in Michigan, the Pride Month is due on June. I think the first or the second week of June. But
Okay.
this year they cancel it. I think no, not cancel, but postpone it to I think September.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, in London also the Pride Parade is in September, I think. I had read that in a newspaper.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for that.
Yeah. Like this year, I'm planning to just go there for support for just
Yes.
like that because I had been last year, like, nothing was there. 2020 was worst, but 2019 I was in Sunderland, Northeast UK. There I had been to their Pride Parade. It was fun. Like it was very nice. A lot of fun and a lot of colors, and it was really nice. But when you initially attend Pride parades to support your friends, it's just like, yeah, you're just there to have fun. But like when you host meetups, I think now I feel like now I'm in the meetup, I knew more than then I was attending the parades.
I'm supporting my brother-in-law.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I have to say that I haven't been to London Pride. I know it sounds weird, but I haven't been. It's
Adrian, but you can see currently there's an I'll give you the list also. One of my friend is gay, so he had shared with me. So I'll share you the link. They are still taking the intake for the Pride Parade in case if you want to be in the parade.
oh
So
right,
then
okay.
yes, I'll share you the link. One of my friends
So
has.
I have one reason why I haven't been to London Pride. It's a very silly reason, but London is expensive. so
Yes, it is.
so London Pride that weekend when they do the celebration and the parade, all the hotels are fully booked up. Everywhere is so expensive. It's like because it's such a huge event that a lot of the gay community goes down to London to celebrate it, and everything just the prices just goes up. So it's like it's really hard to get there, and that's kind
If
of
you
like my
book in
one reason.
advance, I think you can. If you book in advance, you
Yes,
can
I
get
guess
the
yeah.
form and then you can or you can come and drop by at home.
Yeah, but I would say that if you get a chance, definitely do go to London Pride. I've heard that's really, really good, and I like parades, like all sorts of parades, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy the Manchester Pride a lot. So
Yeah. Yeah, even I love parades of all kinds. The other day there was I think, Scottish, some Scottish festival. I think amazing. It was really nice to see. So I was here cheering there also. So yeah,
yes.
I like being part of celebrations, anyways. So any of you who have recently joined, or if you have any questions for Adrian, please go ahead.
No, I don't have question, but however, a couple of points I would like to share, or rather, it's my individual opinion, if it is allowed.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. See, nowadays, there is no hide and seek. It is already universally open, and people have accepted this concept, and we are more interested. I'm talking about the corporate point of view, in your skill, in your talent, as you as a human being, irrespective of your gender.
Mhm.
What you are, from where you are, and what sex you belong, that hardly matter. It is the skill, the talent which matter most. And as a human being, also from human perspective, over a period of time, I had couple of friends. They were, though very short span of time, we have spent time together, and I came to know from their opinion. I was also having very scary look and all, a preconceived idea back of mind. But when I meet them, I talk to them, I spend time with them, I realize, wow, they are also good men. They are also normal. Yeah? They are also thinking like me. It's not like that. So we had kept a preconceived idea, the back of mind, which has been the garbage has been full in our society. Yes, I am sorry to say, but the things has been changed now. That's what I was saying. I was having one friend in Bablu. He was a mechanical engineer,
Mhm.
but he was having fear to declare himself. I said, why? You can tell them, yes, I am what I am. No problem. See, you should be interested. Company has hired me for my job, not for my gender. So the society is slowly accepting these things. So anybody, or rather, I request my LG family also. So let's take them also as a wholeheartedly as our family member also. We don't have any gender. Neither I'm male nor female. We are only local guide. That's all. This is
Yes.
my identity. So this was my opinion and request to each one of you, change your perspective. And we being a community helper from local guide, as we have been said, so we can guide them to changing the perspective as well as the human being. And society is following us. So many having followers of 1 crore, 1 million, 1 billion. So why not we can start as an individual, and this can be started one by one. So gradually the society will also taking and giving them respect which they deserve much more than us,
Mhm.
because they have already suffered a lot, the stigma, the mental agony, and the society isolation, lot of things they have suffered. My grand salute to each and everyone, those who belong to that community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anil. Thank you so much for
Thank you
that.
so much. Yeah, that was really no, these are really noble thoughts, and I can totally relate because there is a stigma, and I don't know why, but it's okay. I'm happy that the times are changing and we are able to host and speak about it or whatever. And thank you so much, Adrian, for coming today and answering so many questions. And I'm happy to find a friend with to whom I can ask
Sure.
any questions related to the community, right? Because um, it becomes really awkward to ask somebody, and half knowledge is always dangerous. So it's better to have a friend and
Yeah.
just talk about it. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for answering everyone's questions. Anybody else, if they want to share or if they want to tell anything, please go ahead. We still have time.
I would like to congratulate both of you for being the torch bearer. Now the responsibility on both of your soldier is more. Let's spread, help, and take them in our common era, in our common circle. So, Andrin, you also, and Isha, both of you, right? You have to spread this message and encourage them to come and bring in main channel. Thank you very much, and my heartfelt congratulations to both of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
आणि ईशा, मला जास्त तर काय म्हणता येणार नाही, पण माझा सपोर्ट नेहमीच असतो या सगळ्या गोष्टींना. कारण प्रत्येक ह्युमन बिंगला आपण कसं जगावं हे त्याचा प्रत्येकाचा वैयक्तिक प्रश्न असतो. त्यामुळे आपलं जरी समाज सपोर्ट नसेल करत तरी आपण तेवढे शिकलेले आहोत, तेवढे समजदार आहोत, त्यामुळे आपण नेहमीच अशा गोष्टींना सपोर्ट करतो जे ह्युमन बिंगला सपोर्टिव्ह असतं.
Perfect.
आणि थँक्यू तुम्हा दोघांना की तुम्ही खरंच चांगला एक विषय निवडला आणि तो आमच्या समोर मांडला त्याबद्दल.
Thank you so much. Adrian, let me translate here what she
Sure.
wants to say. Yeah. You were listening so attentively, I thought you understood everything. Okay, what she means to say is she is really happy that even if the society progresses or not, but it's slowly progressing. And the thing is, we have taken this initiative to go beyond what the society thinks, and host up this meetup and increase awareness. So she's really happy and proud of all of us. So that's what she says, and she says thank you for hosting the meetup. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for everything, Isha. So
Yeah.
Isha, I would like to add a little bit, okay? Me personally, I look at this way, we are human.
Yeah.
And then it's human. We need to spread the awareness about this. It's human. It's not our place to judge others.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I don't want people judge me. I do what I want to do, what I like to do, and I hope people don't look at me like, oh, she's wrong by doing that. No,
Yeah.
let me deal it with my God, not other people's place to judge me. That's the thing that we need to share the awareness about LGBT.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and
And I
spread the
think, Arina,
message
that
of
is
that.
true. Yeah, that is true for all human beings, I think. Forget about the any
Exactly,
community. It's true for everybody, right?
Yes.
exactly. In my workplace, the VA, which is the federal job, they latterly, I mean, it's quite a while, they accept same gender marriage. So they accept that.
Mhm.
And also LGBT is in my workplace is very just like any other of us. And I'm so glad about it, and I'm so happy about that. I think I don't know if Michigan has a same gender marriage law, but my brother-in-law, they get married. I think it's in Washington at the time,
Right.
because
Okay.
Michigan, yeah, at the time Michigan he's not approved that yet, but they did get married in Washington.
Mhm.
I love them dearly.
Fantastic
Yeah,
news. Yeah. Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you so
that.
much.
very
Yeah.
good. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much for sharing, Anna. Like, it's true. Like, the reason that when I posted this link that I'm going to host a meetup, I got so many DMs. I got so many DMs. I said, see, I do not belong to the community, but I support the community. What's wrong with me hosting a meetup?
Yeah.
So it's okay.
एक्झॅक्टली
I don't mind.
एक्झॅक्टली जेव्हा आपण बोलतो ना की आपण सपोर्ट करतो तेव्हा लोकांचा आधी हा प्रश्न असतो की आपण त्यातले नाही किंवा आपल्यापैकी कोणी आपल्या रिलेटेड कोणी तसं नाही की आपण त्यांना सपोर्ट करतो हा पहिला प्रश्न येतो.
Hmm. Correct. Like Adrian, she's saying that if we take initiative for anything, somebody or someone will always have this issue, like why is she hosting, like if she doesn't belong to the community, why is
Yeah.
she hosting, like how, what does she know, like that's the question that
Yeah,
comes to
yeah.
our minds, right?
Yes, 100% agree with Shruti, because I am whatever I am doing with the specially able children and blind students. No
Yes.
one is there in my no one is there from my house, but still one third is behind for the community. Okay, nahi, someone must be having this kind of people in this house or a nearby friend. So that's why she can understand the things what the this kind of people are facing the problem.
Mhm.
I'm agree with the Shruti. And
Yeah.
one more thing I would like to add, okay, we are having a very good platform of technology,
Yes.
and whatever the other people know, we have a knowledge one step ahead of that. So
Correct.
with the help of technology we can help a lot, and I can whenever I'm having a weekly classes with my children, I can see the happiness of their on their faces and their parents faces. And principal was also messaging me, okay, now vacations are over, please come back to the class.
Mhm.
So technology is played nowadays. Technology plays a very big part in awareness. So please,
Correct.
everyone, not only for this initiative, not only for my initiative, not only for Isha's initiative, take initiative and take the help and advantage of the knowledge and spread awareness for regarding this humanity, then awareness regarding nature, e-waste, recycle, everything. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for sharing that with us, Tejal Ben. That was really nice. I mean, yeah, it's true. I mean, technology has really helped us a lot. And I think like the time is up, but if in case anyone wants to speak or
Yeah.
yeah.
So if I could,
one more thought,
sorry, go ahead.
Adrian,
Yep.
Adrian, Thanks to the Tejal, who has given the modern perspective regarding technology and all advancement. I'm taking you 1,000 years ago, especially in India,
Mhm.
our Mahabharata, no, there was a character called Shikhandi. He
Yes.
has played a very great role in our Indian Hindu community, and
Yeah.
he has played lot of done good thing about dharma. So it is
Right.
not a new thing for India, and our forefathers have already accepted it, and they have taken into the mainstream.
Mhm.
We have not yet learned that, though we have reading Mahabharata, saying about Bhagavad Gita, but we are not adopting that. It is already there. Shikhandi has played a vital role in Mahabharata, Kurukshetra, right?
Yes.
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 We
Yes.
have to adopt it. It was there. We pay respect. We take it into the mainstream. Only thing we have forgotten. Thank you.
Yeah. Totally agree. So yeah, Adrian, please go ahead.
I'm just debating what I should say because I don't want to be too controversial. But I think on a very simplistic way, my general impression, I'm not knowledgeable, but my general impression is that if you look at the human culture from way, way back, long time ago, a lot of things were more acceptable and more tolerant within the community. It's when the sorry to have to say it this way, but when the British spread their influence around the world, they were introducing laws, they were introducing, in a sense, their religion. And all those were kind of like the start of where they were saying, no, homosexuality is an abomination and is wrong and all that stuff. But prior to when British did that, it was more acceptable within the local cultures. So even in Malay culture, it's more acceptable way back then, and it's only like the reason thing where people are saying no, it's not and stuff like that. So it's quite a very interesting historical element to it that I find quite. But anyway, that's my thoughts. But if I could just wrap up my side of it, I just want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to talk about the LGBTQIA plus community. And I hope that you have a better understanding of what it is and what it stands for. And obviously, there's the links to the Connect post where I talk about what does LGBTQIA plus stand for and what are the colors to the rainbow flag and what does it all mean and stuff like that. So do give it a read. It's quite educational. I found it educational. So thank you so much for this time. Before I go, I just want to also highlight that we are soon approaching the month of July. And the month of July is going to be the celebrations for Local Guides Connect 5th birthday. So from my side, we've got a lot of unofficial events planned for next month. So we hope to give you something exciting, interesting to do. But we're also trying to encourage the community members to think of meetups and virtual meetups and what they can do to celebrate Local Guides Connect 5th birthday for next month. It's going to be a month-long celebration. I can give you a really quick highlight. I'm going to write a post on the 1st of July to talk about the different events that we're kind of thinking of doing. Kashif actually also already wrote a post about virtual meetups, so it's encouraging everybody to create meetups to celebrate the birthday. So I'm going to host. I'm going to co-host a meetup in Manchester where we're doing a birthday party. So really, it's more of a social gathering with all the Manchester local guides. But we're going to take photos and all that stuff and then post it onto Connect. Besides that, obviously, I've also posted about the T-shirts. So if you feel like you want to, again, it's entirely optional, but you can get the T-shirts printed out locally and you can wear them to your virtual meetups and your meetups and stuff like that. I am also going to do a writing challenge. I do not know whether I have time for this yet, but for the 4 weeks, there's actually 5 weeks in July, but we're going to do 4 weeks of July. Each week there's going to be a writing challenge and a theme for each week. So I hope that everybody would join in and do whatever the theme is all about. There's also a special thing that we're going to release on the 10th of July. I cannot talk about it, but it's related to all the photos that you've submitted. And if you haven't submitted photos yet, please go to Local Guides Connect on the photography.
Yeah, I think let me check if I have the link handy. I can just.
Yeah, so submit photos of yourself holding up a message saying like "Happy Birthday Connect" or whatever you want to. I will include those photos in this special project, which will be released on the 10th of July. Next weekend, on the 3rd of July, is a new project that I'm starting on. It's called Local Guides Panel. It's basically going to be 4 local guides doing a chat show kind of discussion. It's going to be a very simple format because all this setup is really, really difficult on my computer. Even now, the live stream is lagging quite a bit. So I'm trying to hope to do a simpler format, have only 4 local guides, and we're going to be talking about the Local Guides program, what's it all about. So that is coming up on the 3rd of July at 9 a.m. UK time. I'm going to be writing a post about it sometime today and to finally talk about it. So I got lots of things coming up. So yeah.
Yay. Okay, so before we wind up in this meetup, can you just turn on your cameras and we can take a quick screenshot of yay.
Oh, and I also got this Lego thing. It's a special edition.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a special edition Lego thing where to celebrate Pride Month. Or so yeah, it's quite cool.
Sharif, I heard it's a queen sword or king sword.
We cannot see that part, the Lego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, now you cannot see your face. Adrian. Here you go.
Yeah.
Put next to you, closer to your face. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, let me also take a screenshot. Where is the key? Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1, cheese. Okay.
Yay, fantastic.
So thank you all for joining and for being with us. And I really appreciate. Thank you so much, Adrian, for answering all the questions without any awkwardness and with a big smile on your face. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You know how stressed I was before the show started. So
I know you were very much stressful and see, it went well. I told you, right?
Yes, yeah. I was afraid I couldn't answer the questions. I'm like, oh gosh, I can't remember. So yeah. Thank you.
Adrian, just be yourself.
Thank you.
Just be yourself. That's it.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'll try my best.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Isha. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.